My name is Gina Diwali and I am the Assistant Archivist for the Elgin County Archives. In this video, I am going to do a demonstration on how to search our online database, heritagecollections.elgin.ca. You can access this online database using that URL or going to our homepage, elgincounty.ca/archives, and clicking on Search the Archives and Museum Collection. Here you can search the collections of the Elgin County Archives and Elgin County Museum, as well as the collections of 10 other partner museums in Elgin County and St. Thomas. With over 250,000 records in our online database, here are 10 tips to help you conduct a more effective search and 10 common database searches. The first tip is to use quotation marks around keywords if you are looking for a specific name. This helps to narrow down your search and avoid irrelevant search results. For example, if you are looking for information on Lloyd Jarvis, enter the search term Lloyd Jarvis in quotation marks. This will weed out records that just happen to contain both Lloyd and Jarvis in the description. A search of Lloyd Jarvis without the quotation marks would return 441 records. But Lloyd Jarvis with quotation marks would only return 56. And just a tip for anyone using a device, you can try holding down the question mark button to get quotation marks. Another tip is that capitalization is not important when searching the database. So here we'll see that we'll only get 56 records when we use the quotation marks, which are all relevant to Lloyd Jarvis, and also filter out any irrelevant search results. The next tip is to check the box Limit to Records with Online Photographs. That box is located directly below the main keyword search box. Many researchers consult our online database specifically to look for pictures. Clicking on the checkbox directly below the keyword search box before you do your search will only return results with images that are visible online. So if I was looking for images of the St. Thomas Metallic Vault Company, this would be a good way to search. So I would use, in quotation marks, Metallic Vault, and then click on the box below, and then do the search, and it would return 22 records, all of which include images of the company. When someone conducts a search of our database, they are often looking for a record from a certain time frame. There are two ways to organize or sort results by date. After the keyword has been searched and the results appear on the screen, you can go to the top right-hand corner where it says Sorted by Relevance, and then select Sort by Oldest if you want to organize it by oldest to newest records. So this is the search results for the St. Thomas Metallic Vault Company. Another way to search by date is to enter the search term and then click on Advanced Search on the main screen. So if I did the same search, Metallic Vault in quotations, and clicking on the box underneath it, I would just go to Advanced Search and Browse, and then if I'm interested in records from 1950 to 1959, I would either use the slider to specify that date range or just use the two boxes from year to year, so it'd be 1950 to 1959. Then I would enter search, and this would come up with all the records or photographs from 1950 to 1959. Since we have launched our newspaper finding aid, which has allowed all of our newspaper pages to be searched, we have found that a number of irrelevant newspaper pages now show up as search results, given the power of our keyword search engine, also known as optical character recognition, or OCR. Although you might want to do a quick browse to see if some might actually be useful results, you might want to remove these from the search results to focus in on the most relevant records. You could do this after you have conducted your search. So if I do another search with Metallic Vault in quotations, and then go to Refine Your Search, I'll be able to deselect the Elgin County newspaper collection images. So I'll go to Refine Your Search after I get the search results, and then go to Fog Collection, And then I just select all the ones that aren't Elgin County newspaper collection. And then I just hit apply, and that will remove the newspaper related images, which aren't relevant. Since all of our PDF documents, including our bylaws, council minutes, and numerous other publications, can now be searched, we have found that a number of irrelevant PDF documents now show up as search results. Although you might want to do a quick browse to see if they might be useful results, you might want to remove these from the search results to focus in on the most relevant records. So you can do this after you have conducted your search. Just go to the Material Type section on the left-hand side of the page and deselect Records in Electronic Form, then hit Apply. So this will weed out any irrelevant results. There are two ways to search our newspapers: by conducting a specific search or searching by keyword, or by browsing the individual newspaper issues. The easiest way to search is to click on our newspaper finding aid. And this is found about halfway down our main search page. Then you can enter a search term in the box, such as Lloyd Jarvis. And it's probably best to put it in quotations since you want to be specific. So after you've searched that, it'll bring up the relevant results. Or you can browse individual issues of the newspapers if you know what newspaper you're looking for. So, for example, if I'm looking for the West Lorne Sun, I can just scroll down to the West Lorne Sun, and it will show all available digitized issues. You can select any of our database records and request more information from archive staff, print the description of the record, download a PDF, or email yourself a list of selections. To select one or more records, press Select right below the records on the search results screen. You can then see your selections by clicking on the top of the page under Selections. Also, while you're searching, you can also share individual records, provide feedback, or discuss the records, and create a permalink so that you can always find the record again. These buttons are next to the Select button. If you are curious about what collections we are currently working on and what records we have been adding to the database recently, you can click on Recently Added Records, and it will display the records that have been added in the last few days. Many of our records have been assigned a subject term. That way, all records with the same subject are grouped together and can be found with a simple link. If someone just wants to browse a particular topic, they can click on one of the popular topics on our main search screen and see all records relating to that topic. So for the Elgin County Courthouse, here are all the records relating to that subject. By using advanced search, you can narrow your search down to a specific media type, archival hierarchy such as collections, series, files, and items, and the institution that houses the record. You can also browse collections, subjects, names, and places. Or, if you are looking for something specific, you can specify search terms within a database field. So, for example, if you are looking for all the records on Michigan Central Railroad in the Ken Verall collection, you can put in Michigan Central in quotation marks in the main search box. And then under Advanced Search, select a field in the font collection, you would put Verall. And then press Search. And then you would see all the records in the Ken Verall collection relating to the Michigan Central Railroad. Also, if you wanted to just browse all the records in a certain institution's holdings, you can go back to Advanced Search and just click on one such as Bacchus Page House Museum and then see all of their records. Now, here are 10 of our most frequent inquiries with tips on how to search our database to find what you are looking for. To To search for photographs of people and family members, use quotations around keywords if you are looking for a specific name. This helps to narrow down your search and avoid irrelevant search results. For example, if you are looking for information on Lloyd Jarvis, enter the search term Lloyd Jarvis with quotation marks. After you've entered the search term, click the box below. So this will bring up all the photographs with specifically Lloyd Jarvis in the name. If you are looking for any members of the Jarvis family, enter Jarvis as a search term. And of course, check the box below again. So this brings up any members of the Jarvis family, which include Alma College photos. To find a photograph of a house, the best thing to do is to enter the address into our database. For example, if you are looking for a photograph of 58 Wellington Street in Aylmer, look up 58 Wellington in quotation marks. And of course, click on the box Limit to Records with Online Photographs. It's best not to include the words street or road, etc., since it might be listed in a different format. If you are not finding results with the exact street number and name, you can see if you can spot the house on the road by entering a search term like Wellington Aylmer, but without the quotation marks. And again, make sure you click on the photograph box below. If you get no results for either the street address or the street name, you can also try entering in the name of a family that you know was associated with the house, or if the house had a title. To find a photograph of a business, the best thing to do is to enter the address of the business into our database, and then click on the box Limit to Records with Online Photographs. You could also try entering the name of the business. So first of all, for St. Thomas Metallic Vault Company, you could try its address at 155 Curtis, and put that in quotations. And these are the results you would get for that. And you could also try the name of the company, so just put in Metallic Vault in quotations for another search. And then these are the results you would get for that. One other thing we should mention is that the Women's Institute Tweedsmuir Histories are another good source of photographs of houses and businesses, especially if they are a rural farmhouse or business or located in a small town. The Tweedsmuir Histories might be entered into our database individually as photographs, or you could search for the PDF of the Tweedsmuir by entering a search term such as Clachan Tweedsmuir and put that in quotation marks. So this will bring up all the Clachan Tweedsmuir books that we have in our collection. And you can view the PDFs from there. Or you can go to our Tweedsmuir History Finding Aid, which you can find from our homepage. So if you go back to our homepage, go to Explore and then Projects. Then go to Tweedsmuir Histories and select Aldeburgh Township. And then you can find the digitized PDFs there. So if you just click on the PDF, it might take a moment to load up. But you can find the entire book there. If you are conducting family history research, we have created a brochure which outlines various resources you can check both at the archives and online for information on family. So you could find that from our home page. Just go to one of our news sections or sliders into the part Property History and Genealogy Brochures. And then just click on the Family History brochure. And then you can see the brochure there. So to search our online database, if you're looking for a specific person, such as Jack Bissett, just go to our main search screen again and put Jack Bissett in quotation marks. And then you'll find all the search results specifically on Jack Bissett. And if you're looking for information on the Bissett family in general, you can also search Bissett, just Bissett. It's always good to do a general search as well as the full name of the person, just in case he's labeled as J. Bissett instead of Jack Bissett. For business history research, some of the main things that people want to know about businesses are addresses, dates of existence, and owners. The first thing you can do is do a general search of the business name or address if you know it. We also have a number of Elgin County directories, many of which are digitized and viewable on the online database, and many St. Thomas City directories which have been digitized up to 50 years after publication. You can browse these by looking up, including the year, Elgin County Directory 1865, for example. And you wouldn't use quotations for that. So these would be the search results for that. Or you could look up St. Thomas Directory 1967, for example. To be able to try to find the 1967 St. Thomas City Directory. And these have all been digitized, as I mentioned. You can also browse city and county directories in the Quick Start section of our main search page as well, if you want to see what years we have for the directories, if you just wanted to browse them. So these are some of the ones that we have. If you're doing property history research, we've created a brochure which outlines various resources you can check, both at the archives and online, for information on property. So you can just find it from our homepage on the news slider at the bottom of the page, or in the news section. So just go to the Property History and Genealogy brochures, and then you can just click on the link there. So similar to business information, people are often interested in when a property was built, what it looked like at a certain time, and previous owners. Looking up the address of the property on our online database would be the first step to see what information we have on that property. Also, look up any family names of people you suspect once owned the property, or if the property had a business name. A valuable source of information is fire insurance plans. We have plans for St. Thomas and many communities in Elgin County. Fire insurance plans contain detailed information about the physical composition of buildings, provide insight into the physical development of a site over time, and can help determine an approximate date of construction. To search for fire insurance plans, enter fire insurance in the search box, as well as the name of the town you are looking for. So for example, if you're looking for a fire insurance plan of Fingal, you would put in fire insurance Fingal without the quotation marks. So here's the fire insurance plan for Fingal. And also the fire insurance plans have a special zooming feature which you can enable by clicking on large document and then zoom in. And you can zoom in and move around the plan to look at features. If you are looking for general community history, you could just do a general search of the town, for example, Lyons. This will come up with many results. (1,412 results. Many of the irrelevant results will be newspaper results or records in electronic form. To remove these, conduct the search, and then go to material type, and basically select all of the material types except for records in electronic form. So this will just give you the most relevant search results. As well as being a great source of photos of houses, one of our most useful collections relating to general community history are the Women's Institute Tweedsmuir history books. They document much of the early history of the communities, including schools, businesses, farms, and people. So to search for the Tweedsmuir books, you can go to our homepage. And once you're there, you can go to Explore Projects. Then go to the Tweedsmuir Histories, to Aldeborough, then to Clachan, if you want to look at Clachan. You can also just go to our main search page and search the term Clachan Tweedsmuir. Once you find a book that you want to look at, you'll notice that there's an option to look at the book as a flip book. So the intention of this feature is to recreate the experience of paging through material as you would with the physical item. And all of the multi-page PDFs on our online database have this capability. Now I'll discuss how to research municipal records. In our collections, we hold the records of 16 former and 7 current municipalities. These include council minutes, bylaws, tax assessment rolls, financial records, correspondence, engineering records, and photographs. To see all of the records that we have for a specific municipality, you could go to the advanced search. So from the main search screen, go to advanced search and browse. Then you can go to select a field and then drop down to Fond Collection. So if you want to search the Village of Dutton records, for example, you could put in the search term Dutton. Then once you find the search results, you should scroll down to see until you find one on the Village of Dutton. You can click on More Detail. And then click on the Part of field. So this will direct you to all the Village of Dutton records. If you are looking for something specific, you can enter a search term like Dutton Council Minute 1963 to try to find all the Dutton Council minute books from 1963, or just general minutes. Many of our municipal records have been digitized and are available on our database for viewing. So you would just click on Read PDF or View as Flipbook. If you are searching for maps, the best way to search for maps is to enter the term map and then whatever township you are interested in. And then you can sort the maps by date. Since many of the maps don't have a lot of detail in the description, it is always best to be general with your search terms. But if you want a specific type of map, such as an Elgin County Surveyor map, you could enter a search term like Elgin County Surveyor map. And here are the search results for that term. And then you can sort the results by date, which will bring up some of the earliest ones we have. One of our largest collections is the Alma College Fond, and we receive many inquiries about these records, both from the general public wondering about the students in the building, academic researchers inquiring about aspects of the education and traditions, and relatives looking for information about individual students. So if you're looking for the student Helen Fowler, you would go to the main search screen and then enter Fowler in. It's always best to just use the last name. Then you can go to Advanced Search and Browse. Then go to Fond Collection and put Alma in as a search term. So these would be the search results you would find. So it'd be a similar search too if you're looking for a different topic about Alma College, such as the amphitheater. You would put in amphitheater and then go to Advanced Search and Browse and Font Collection and Alma again. There are a few ways to conduct a general subject search. For example, if you are looking for records on the Michigan Central Railroad, you can go to the popular topics links on the main search page. So just click on Michigan Central Railroad. So these are the search results for that. Or you could leave the keyword box empty and then go to Advanced Search and Browse, select a field, and then Subject, and then enter Michigan Central. Then press Search. Or you could just enter Michigan Central in quotation marks as a keyword, and that should give you all the relevant results. We hope that by sharing with you our search tips and examples of the most common database inquiries, you are better able to navigate and search our online database. If you ever need more help, a detailed search help button can be found at the top and bottom of the main search page. So at the top there, press Help, and this gives more advanced help topics. And there's a help feature at the bottom of the page as well. And of course, the Elgin County Archives and Museum staff are available if anyone has questions about the database. You can find our email contact form on our home pages. So this is the one for the archives. And then you can go to the museum homepage from the top there. and then contact them with their email form at the bottom. If you have any questions for the other museums, you can go back to the keyword search, and then towards the bottom of the page you can find a list of all the museums. So if you want to contact the Bacchus Page House Museum, just click on the link and you'll get their page.